I think you have, in my opinion, to nail that decision, you got to step away from the game for a little bit.
Is this the final chapter of a Kansas City legend, or just the calm before another plot twist nobody saw coming? First up, Jason Kelce steps into full Big Brother mode, offering heartfelt, no-nonsense advice to Travis as retirement rumors swirl louder than Arrowhead on a third down. Then, all eyes shift off the field as Taylor Swift quietly proves she's not going anywhere, standing firmly beside Travis after a brutal season-defining loss. And then things get spicy because insiders reveal a big-name tight end is already being floated as a potential successor in Kansas City. After that, the NFL itself drops a headline-making announcement reminding everyone why Travis Kelce still owns real estate in the record books. And finally, Stephen A. Smith jumps into the chaos, boldly arguing that right now might actually be the perfect moment for Travis to walk away on his own terms.
Let me say this last part about Travis Kelce. It's time. It's time to retire.
Travis Kelce's season has gone from Super Bowl swagger to, wait, is this really how it ends? Territory. And insiders say the retirement chatter is getting louder by the week. The Chiefs were officially bounced from playoff contention after that gut-punch 16-13 loss to the Chargers, and suddenly the vibes around Arrowhead feel less dynasty and more group therapy session. Travis was still doing Travis things on the field, pulling in 7 catches for 70 yards, but the scoreboard didn't care, and neither did the football gods. To make matters worse, the season spiraled even further when Patrick Mahomes went down late with a torn ACL, a moment that sucked the air out of the stadium and basically ripped up any remaining optimism. With Travis's 2-year extension nearing its end and the Chiefs sitting at a rough 6-8 record, sources say the big question isn't just about next season's roster, it's about whether the most famous tight end in the league even wants another round of this grind. Enter Jason Kelce, retired Eagles legend, professional Big Brother, and unofficial life coach. Jason weighed in recently, and according to insiders, his message to Travis wasn't dramatic or headline chasing. It was more brotherly wisdom meets hard-earned experience. Jason felt that decisions like retirement shouldn't be made while emotions are still running hot and the body still sore. He believed Travis needed to mentally step away, soak in these final games, enjoy the locker room chaos one last time, and let reality settle before making any life-altering calls.
Right after a season, especially with the way this one's been, has been so up and down. I mean, they're 1-7 and one-score games. Like they've been close, and for right now, it's just too fresh. You got to step away from it. You got to think about it, and then it'll come to you.
Behind the scenes, the advice sounded less like football analysis and more like a reminder that the league moves on whether you stay or go. Teams change, rosters flip, and nothing ever looks the same twice. Jason reportedly felt that clarity only comes after the noise fades, especially after a season that's been this messy and disappointing.
You know, the team's going to be different no matter whether you come back or not next year. So enjoy these last 3 games, and then let it sink in. Let it, it'll come to you with time.
Travis's stats, nearly 800 yards and 5 touchdowns through 14 games, weren't bad by human standards, but by Kelce standards, they felt off. And while that heavy what-now cloud was still hanging in the air, all eyes quietly shifted to who was standing right beside Travis as everything unraveled. Enter Taylor Swift, unwavering, unbothered, and very much present. The timing could not have been rougher. Just one day after Taylor celebrated turning 36, complete with birthday glow still intact, she was back in game mode, posted up in a VIP box at Arrowhead, watching the season slip away in real time. No disappearing act, no dramatic exits. She showed up surrounded by Kylie Kelce and the kids, looking like someone who understood exactly what kind of emotional roller coaster she had signed up for. The scene was tense but quietly supportive, the kind of energy where no one's cracking jokes but everyone's sticking together. Taylor was there the week before too, sitting next to Selena Gomez during the Texans game, which already felt stressful enough. That matchup ended in a frustrating loss, and the Chargers' game only made things worse, officially shutting the door on any playoff hopes and turning the stadium into a collective sigh. Taylor knew what was at stake, and instead of making it about herself, she stayed locked in on Travis, fully aware that this wasn't just another bad Sunday, it was a moment that could define what comes next. People close to the couple suggest that Taylor didn't treat the loss like a PR inconvenience or a footnote to her birthday weekend. She understood how much the game meant to Travis and how heavy the disappointment hit, especially with the season ending this way. While the cameras caught the usual cutaways, those in the know say the real support happened off-screen. Quiet conversations, shared frustration, and a lot of "we'll deal with this later" energy. No speeches, no dramatic gestures, just presence. And with that quiet, steady support lingering in the background, the conversation around Travis suddenly swerved from emotions to spreadsheets, depth charts, and the ultimate football taboo, replacement talk. Travis himself is very much in "please stop asking me" mode when it comes to retirement, preferring to live life one practice, one game, one sore muscle at a time. But of course, that hasn't stopped everyone else from firing up the speculation machine like it's mock draft season in December. Around the league, sources suggest the Chiefs are already being treated like a true crossroads team, and when that happens, front offices don't wait politely, they window shop. Behind closed doors and whispered conversations, one particular big name keeps popping up, and insiders say it's not random fantasy booking. The idea floating around is that if Travis ever does hang it up, Kansas City would need someone flashy, athletic, and capable of making defenses panic without needing a full tutorial. That's where Kyle Pitts' name starts sliding across tables. Former top draft pick, built like a superhero, and finally stringing together a solid season. Pitts is suddenly being framed as a potential reset button rather than a gamble. His numbers this year have quietly impressed, the kind that make talent evaluators lean back and pretend they're not intrigued. The irony isn't lost on anyone. Pitts hasn't exactly lived up to his early hype, but insiders say the Chiefs aren't looking for a clone, they're looking for a new headache for defenses. With Mahomes sidelined and the offense needing future proofing, the idea of a younger tight end who can stretch the field starts sounding less like fan fiction and more like contingency planning. And yes, people inside the building know replacing a franchise icon is football blasphemy. You don't replace legends, you survive after them. And as Kansas City quietly braced itself for a future that might look very different, the football universe decided to throw Travis Kelce another reminder that his shadow still stretches across the entire league. The NFL dropped a little stat nugget that sent fans spiraling and group chats buzzing, because even in a season filled with chaos, Kelce's name is still popping up in the history books like it pays rent there. This latest moment wasn't about wins or losses, but about legacy flexing when you least expect it. As Travis rolled into his 13th year, sources say the internal mindset was still very much championship or bust, even if reality had other plans. The season didn't exactly go according to the dream script, but Kelce kept doing what he's always done, showing up, getting open, and casually being the standard everyone else gets measured against. That's where things got interesting. Out west, Cardinals tight end Trey McBride has been having himself a season that made defensive coordinators reach for antacids, and during Week 14, he officially crashed Kelce's long-standing party. McBride matched Travis for the longest streak ever by a tight end, with at least 5 receptions per game, hitting 15 straight and earning a shiny shout-out from the league itself. The comparison wasn't meant as disrespect, more like a welcome to elite company moment. McBride's performance against the Rams, where he quietly stacked 5 catches and solid yardage, just added fuel to the hype train. In his 4th year, he's turned into a reception machine, leading all tight ends this season and making it painfully clear that the next generation has arrived early and brought receipts. Still, sources around the league stress that tying Kelce isn't passing Kelce. Travis built the blueprint, and now everyone else is just remixing it. The man has been the gold standard for so long that even his milestones feel like measuring sticks for everyone else's breakout seasons. That's why the NFL announcement landed the way it did, not as a passing of the torch, but as proof of how absurd Kelce's consistency has been over the years. Even as younger stars pile up numbers and highlight reels, Travis's resume remains absurdly stacked. Multiple Super Bowl rings, endless conference dominance, and a decade-plus run of being the safety blanket every quarterback dreams of. That's not something a single stat tie erases. If anything, insiders believe moments like this underline just how ridiculous his career has been. And with his legacy getting its own permanent parking spot in the record books, the conversation took yet another sharp turn when one very loud, very animated voice decided now was the moment to drop the mic on Travis's career. The debate machine went into overdrive after Stephen A. Smith jumped into the mix, essentially arguing that the football stars might be aligning a little too perfectly for Travis to consider walking away on his own terms. Not quietly, not subtly, but confidently, like someone who's watched this league chew up legends before breakfast.
Let me say this last part about Travis Kelce. It's time. It's time to retire.
According to sources, Stephen A's take wasn't about disrespecting what Travis can still do on the field. It was more about timing, mileage, and the brutal reality of the NFL calendar. The idea floating around is that when the engine around you starts sputtering, that's often when the smartest exits happen. Stephen A framed it as a rare window where Travis still controls the narrative, rather than letting the league write the ending for him with diminishing stats or one season too many. Stephen A wasn't pushing a can't play anymore narrative, quite the opposite. The logic is that walking away while you're still productive hits different. It's the rare athlete move where fans argue about what you could have done next, not why you didn't leave sooner. That kind of ending preserves the myth, and myths age way better than box scores. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.